Installing mental model for sorting. Every CS class teaches sorting the same way. Bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort. Then they hand you Quicksort and say, this is the fast one. O of n log n. Use this. But here's what they don't tell you. No major programming language uses Quicksort. Not Python, not Java, not JavaScript, not Rust, not Swift. Quicksort has a dirty secret. On already sorted data, which is incredibly common in the real world, it degrades to O of n squared. The exact same performance as bubble sort. Merge sort fixes that. Guaranteed n log n, every time. But it needs extra memory, an entire copy of your array, just to sort it. So what do real languages actually use? Something most developers have never heard of. An algorithm written by one person in 2002 that quietly took over the entire industry. Timsort, written by Tim Peters for Python Standard Library. And it's based on a single insight that changes everything. Real data isn't random. Think about it. A database log, mostly sorted by timestamp. A leaderboard after one score update, almost sorted except for one element. A merged list from two sources, chunks of sorted data stitched together. Timsort exploits this. Step 1. Scan the array for natural runs, sequences that are already in order. If it finds a descending run, it reverses it. Now you have sorted chunks scattered across the array. Step 2. Merge those runs together, but not naively. Timsort uses a carefully designed merge stack with size invariants that guarantee balanced merges. Small runs get boosted to a minimum length using insertion sort, which is actually the fastest algorithm for tiny arrays. And when merging, if one run is winning over and over, Timsort switches to galloping mode, binary searching ahead to skip large chunks instead of comparing one element at a time. The result? On random data, it matches merge sort, O of n log n. But on data with any existing order, it approaches O of n, linear time, for free. So why did Timsort win? Because the textbooks were solving the wrong problem. Academic sorting assumes random data, but real-world data is almost never random. Surveys show that over 70% of sorting operations in production hit data that's partially ordered. Appended records, updated rankings, time series with minor corrections. Timsort is adaptive. Its performance improves as the data gets more structured. A traditional algorithm doesn't care. Quicksort treats a nearly sorted array the same as a shuffled one. Worse, actually. This is why every major language adopted it. Python in 2002, Java in 2011, Android, JavaScript, Swift, Rust's stable sort. And here's the wildest part. In 2015, researchers formally verified Timsort's merge strategy, and they found a bug. A subtle invariant violation that had been there since the original code. It had never triggered in 13 years of production use, on billions of devices. They fixed it. But the fact that it took formal verification to find it tells you how well designed the algorithm was from the start. Watch what happens when we race them. Random data, Quicksort and Timsort perform about the same. Both n, log n. No surprises. But now, nearly sorted data. Just 5% of elements out of place. Quicksort doesn't notice. It still does the full n log n work, partitioning and recursing through the entire array. Timsort? It finds the long sorted runs instantly, barely anything to merge. It finishes in almost linear time while Quicksort is still working. Reverse data. Quicksort hits its worst case, unless it uses median of 3 pivot selection, which most implementations do. But even then, it's doing full n log n work. Timsort detects the single long descending run, reverses it in one pass, and it's done. One scan. That's it. Every time you call .sort in Python, Java, or JavaScript, this is what's running underneath. Not the textbook algorithm, the one that actually looks at your data first. Cognitive architecture, updated.